In Satan we trust, the dissenting opinion of Justice Guy Fawkes, The Devil's in the Details. In the year 2021, the attorney for the plaintiff representing John Doe brought a RICO lawsuit against the Devil, the Disney company, the Freemasons, the CDC, the Skull and Bone Society, Halliburton, the Church of Satan, and the Satanic Temple. Plaintiff alleges that defendants are terrorists to the Constitution that have infiltrated systems of education, government, as well as faith-based communities to kill, steal, and destroy the health, wealth, and prosperity of the American people. Plaintiff alleges that the aforementioned are guilty of emotional distress, treason, lying to Congress, fraud against the U.S. government, fraud against the American people, and murder. Concerning the procedural history, this action was defeated in the Superior Courts and appeal in 2021. The Appellate Division affirmed the Superior Court's decision in 2023. After the Appellate Division, the action was appealed. In 2024, the SDSU Supreme Court took up the case and ruled against plaintiff, affirming the lower court's ruling in a split of 11-1. Justice Guy Fawkes was the lone dissenting opinion. This is his dissenting opinion. What you see may not always please you, but you will see. Anton LaVey, Satanic Aliases. We start off with the Shining, then we go to the Leviathan, then we have the Snake. Then we have Satan, aka the Devil. Then we have darkness and Hades. In the Old Testament, demons are called the Shadim. In the New Testament, they're called Demonia. And in the Quran, they're called Jinn. One may see all these characters in our media, from Lucifer and Cinderella to The Shining, to Hydra in Hercules, and you can even see Satan himself in Wreck-It Ralph. Indeed, one may even see the Jinn in Aladdin. The logical flaw in this is called equivocation. The fallacy of equivocation occurs when a key term or phrase in the argument is used ambiguously, with one meaning in one portion of the argument and then another meaning in another portion of the argument. Case in point, the Quran purports the jinn as evil. Disney, however, has mischaracterized this character as good. Let us now reveal some of the devil's friends. Where are the friends of the devil found? Therefore, there must not be found among you anyone who makes his son or daughter pass through the fire, or fortune teller, soothsayer, omen reader, sorcerer, anyone who casts spells, or a medium spiritus, or one who calls up the dead. For whoever does these things is an abomination to Adonai. And because of these abominations, Adonai, your God, is driving them out from before you. Deuteronomy 18:10. But wait, there's more. The cowards, the unbelievers, the corrupt, the murderers, the immoral, those who practice witchcraft, idol worshippers, and all liars, their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. Revelations 21:8. You see all of the aforementioned in Disney characters. Whether it be the sorcerer in The Sword in the Stone, the fortune teller in Robin Hood, the one who calls up the dead Mushu, the soothsayer in Brave, the omen reader in Lion King, or even the spiritist in The Princess and the Frog. It's interesting to note another erroneous equivocation in The Princess and the Frog concerning the character Mama Od-E. Although this character is a blatant, self-proclaimed voodoo priestess, the music arrangements accompanying this character are an Afro-American gospel-style melody. If a black mass is defined as a blasphemous ceremony mocking Christianity, one has to wonder if this witch voodoo priest performed a black mass. Where does the idea of Satan stem from? The Torah, the Book of Enoch, the Book of Job, the Book of Isaiah, and the Book of Ezekiel. Let us turn now to discuss the Torah. In Genesis 1, you see an implicit mention of creation of the Shining, or Satan. In Genesis 1, God says, "Let there be light," and we know that Satan's name was the Shining. When we read the book of Job, it says the sons of God were singing as God laid the foundation stone of creation. Thus, Satan had to be created early on, so it seems likely he was created at "Let there be light." The next description is explicit, which is as the snake, as seen in Genesis 3. Following that is Leviticus chapter 16, where Azazel is found. It's interesting to know that not one pastor and 100 knows who Azazel is. Azazel appears in the book of Enoch in chapter 6. In the book of Enoch, Azazel is a warring celestial being that teaches men how to make weapons. This was physically attributed to Tubal-Cain in the Bible. Let us now discuss the book of Job. In the book of Job, we see Satan in two forms. We see him first in the celestial form and second in the material form. With respect to the former, we see him in the celestial form in chapter 1 when he's before God's throne. Concerning the latter in Job chapter 41, we see him as the Leviathan in a material form. And we also see him as the Behemoth, which some cultists would take and transform into places like Bohemian Grove, with representatives such as the owl god Moloch and songs like Bohemian Rhapsody with lyrics such as Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. It has been taught the Leviathan is the king over all children of pride. Now moving our attention to the book of Isaiah, we discover Satan's true name in chapter 14. The previous name of Satan before the fall was the Shining, or Hillel. Now moving our attention to the book of Ezekiel chapter 28. Satan as the anointed cherub, as is written, "Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle, and gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways, from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee." Satan's origin story. The description of the Shining is found in Ezekiel 28, as previously mentioned. In the book of Isaiah chapter 45, it is taught, "I am the Lord, and there is no other. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create calamity. I, the Lord, do all these things." And so we see here Satan was created, and the Hebrew God takes ownership of his creation. Unfortunately, the word Lucifer found in the book of Isaiah, I do want to note, is the first mistranslation I ended up finding in the Bible, which is referring to a Roman god, rather than the true meaning of the text, which is the Shining. When we turn to Job 38, we may observe Satan in a pre-fall state. Here we see a title, Sons of God or Morning Star, as well as an office, worship in the form of singing. In Job 28, where it says, "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand who marked it off its dimensions. Surely, you know, who stretched a measuring line across it. On what were its footing set, or who laid its cornerstone while the morning stars sang together and all the angels shouted for joy?" Why is this important? The Shining was the anointed cherub. It is because of this that some scholars believe that he was leading worship as God was creating the world. William Schnoebelen is a 90th degree Freemason and has proposed that the account in Ezekiel forms a triangle or pyramid with the anointed cherub that covereth on top. Why is this important? This motif is significant because we may observe the movement and modernity of this motif as it appears over and over again in different cults and cultures. From Egypt's Great Pyramid to the Freemasons to Professor Adam Weishaupt's Illuminati, and we may even observe it as the Great Seal of the United States on the back of every $1 bill. Contemporary versions of this motif are exhibited by Hollywood acolytes, the political elite, and America's secular music industry. But of course, this is all just a coincidence. Thank you for tuning in to today's exploration of In Satan We Trust, the dissenting opinion of Justice Guy Fawkes. If you enjoyed this deep dive and wish to join our community of curious minds, don't forget to like this video. It really supports the channel. Leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and engage in a thoughtful discussion. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications on our latest uploads. Your engagement helps us bring more insightful content like this to you. Keep questioning, keep learning, and as always, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.